The road to Hollow Hill wound through the mountains like a scar, narrow and broken. Elena gripped the wheel, her headlights cutting only a little through the fog. The locals had warned her not to be on the road after sunset, not to linger too long after dark. Apparently at night, the abandoned village became cursed territory, but she had come searching for the truth. Her grandmother, Rosa, had vanished here 50 years ago. Despite her family's insistence that she let sleeping dogs lie, Elena wanted answers. All she knew of the story were fragments from family dinners. Something about a stormy night, a cursed well, and a chapel bell that rang long after its congregation had died. As she drove, Elena clutched the worn envelope containing her grandmother's diary. Would it offer insight into what had happened? Or would it simply answer the question she didn't want to ask, whether she herself was destined to repeat her grandmother's fate? She knew she should turn back, seek shelter from the storm that brewed both outside and within her. But curiosity and desperation held her fast. At the village edge, Elena parked and stepped out, lantern in hand. The silence was suffocating. Wind whispered through the gaps between houses, sending fallen leaves skittering across the wet cobblestones. Their eaves sagged in decay, and beneath them, doorways gaped like missing teeth. Each step brought a new jolt of apprehension. Their windows were vacant sockets, staring sightlessly into the gloom. Above, gnarled branches clawed at the sky like skeletal fingers.
Ow.
They twisted into shapes both grotesque and haunting, as if reaching for the few souls foolish enough to seek refuge in this forsaken place. Houses gave way to an overgrown playground. Rusty swings creaked gently, invitingly, their shadows stretching and warping in the sickly light. Elena shivered, clutching her lantern tighter. How could anyone have lived here? Hadn't the townspeople known the dangers of staying past sundown? What secrets did they bury here in the mist? And what role did her grandmother play in this macabre tableau? She crossed the weathered sign marking the village square, its paint peeling like sunburnt skin. Before her loomed the remnants of a schoolhouse, its slate roof caved in, exposing shattered desks inside. The stench of mildew and decay hung heavy in the air. As she cautiously entered, the wind snatched her lantern, sending sparks spiraling through the gloom. Elena cried out, lunging for it. The shadows danced and flickered, revealing faded grandeur in the peeling wallpaper, ghostly etchings of children at their desks, each face frozen in mid-scribble. Then she saw it, a chair scraping slowly across the floor. No one sat in it. Her heart hammered against her ribs. Was she alone? The sound grew louder, closer, until it stopped right behind her. She whirled around, lantern raised. Nothing. Must have been the wind. She backed away, her foot catching on a loose floorboard. She fell, scraping her palm. As she looked up, something white glinted on the wall. A photograph. Elena brushed cobwebs aside, revealing a faded image of a class full of rosy-cheeked children. Except one space was burned clean of any image, leaving a gaping hole in the ranks. The same desk sat empty, and as she stared, the darkness writhed. The spectral child glided toward her, a torn book dangling from his hand. Elena recoiled, scrambling backward. The wind moaned, whipping her hair across her face. Was she losing her mind, or had the shadows truly moved? With a shaking hand, she righted the chair. Of course, it had just been the wind. But still, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, judged. She fled into the square, where a moss-covered well waited in the center. Elena paused, its black water seeming to stare back. Wind gusted, stirring the dead leaves swirling above. She pressed on, but a sudden movement froze her. A pale hand shot upward, groping, then vanished. Elena stumbled back, heart pounding. She peered into the darkness. The hand was gone. Had she imagined it? Perhaps. But what was this place hiding? Why did her grandmother come here? She reached into the well and pulled out a tarnished silver pendant, its surface cold under her fingertips. It felt strangely familiar. Elena turned it over, tracing its shape. Relief flooded her features. She recognized it now, her grandmother's pendant. So she had been here, but where? Suddenly the chapel bells began to toll. Lost in thought, Elena hadn't noticed the imposing structure looming in the square. Its shadow stretched long and distorted like a shroud. She walked toward the sound, drawn by some unseen force. Entering the nave, she found rows of pews, sat hunched figures with bowed heads. They were cloaked in shadow, yet she could sense their presence, hear their shallow breaths. With bated breath, Elena approached. The figure stirred. She gasped, backing away. But the moment she turned, they dissolved into mist. Hope flickered. Perhaps her grandmother wasn't here. But when Elena approached the altar, she found Rosa's diary lying open. The last entry sent a chill down her spine. They called me to the well tonight. The lantern will guide me. Forgive me, child. Forgive her for what? And why had she come to this forsaken place? Clutching the diary, Elena ran back to the square. The rain had begun. Cold drops drummed on the roof of the well. Elena leaned over, peering into the blackness. Nothing. Only the reflection of the lantern she clutched, bobbing gently in the water. The wind howled, urging her to flee. She hesitated. Did the well hold answers? Had her grandmother met her end here? Determined, Elena tied a rope securely around a rafter, then lowered herself into the darkness. The air below reeked of damp earth and decay. She listened intently. Voices drifted up. A woman sobbing. Hope surged. Someone was down here. Elena climbed faster, emerging into a dank chamber. Her eyes struggled to pierce the gloom. In the distance, a single candle flickered. As she drew closer, Elena saw a well-worn rug on the ground. Surrounding fragments of furniture, a rocking horse with a chipped ear, a doll with glassy eyes, a tea set frozen mid-pour. Toys strewn about lay broken, their plastic limbs and metal wheels twisted and bent. And amidst the jumble, dozens of tiny bones lay scattered. Her stomach lurched. Children's bones.
How many children?
Elena's gaze fell on the iron lantern with its sputtering flame. Its weak light revealed a horrifying tableau. Beside it sat her grandmother, young and vibrant, yet unnaturally still, her eyes vacant and hollow. A half-formed sob caught in Elena's throat. Elena whispered, "Grandma." The woman turned, a sad smile touching her lips. "Elena, you came." She sounded distant, echoing. "You can take the lantern. Let me go." Elena's tears blurred her vision. But how? The woman rose, extending a hand. "Take my place. Rest them." From the shadows small figures emerged, their faces pale and eyeless, whispering, "Stay with us forever." The woman reached out, her touch icy cold. "Help me." Elena hesitated. Should she free her grandmother's spirit and those of the children? What if she doomed them all? The woman's pleading eyes anchored her resolve. Taking the lantern, Elena felt agony surge through her. Blinding light filled the chamber, driving back the shadows. One by one, the children sighed, fading into silence. Her grandmother smiled softly. "Thank you. Now they will rest." Then her form crumbled to ash, dispersing into motes of light. Elena collapsed onto the cold stone floor, the lantern fusing to her hands, its fire burning into her flesh. Her scream echoed through the cavern, swallowed by the darkness. The tunnel groaned above her. Her cries grew weaker, fading into the gloom. When morning came, Hollow Hill was silent. Mist clung to the mountain pass, muffling the distant rumble of traffic. Travelers swore they saw a young woman standing by the well, lantern in hand, tears on her face, as children's laughter drifted through the mist. And so the curse lived on.